Have you ever tried so hard to do something right that your mind became louder than your hands? Have you ever felt stuck, not because you lacked skill, but because your thoughts would not leave you alone? This is a quiet truth many people carry, and it often shows itself in the simplest moments of daily work. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support. In a small village surrounded by open land and slow-moving paths, there lived a young man who made furniture with his hands. His workshop stood just beyond the last house, where the air smelled of wood and the days passed without hurry. From early morning until the light softened in the evening, he worked among planks and tools, shaping chairs and tables for the people around him. His hands were steady, and he had learned his craft well. Yet inside him, his mind was never still. With every piece he made, he wondered if it could be better. With every cut, he imagined what might go wrong. While others worked with ease, his thoughts followed him like shadows. One season, he began working on a simple wooden chair. It was meant for a neighbor, nothing grand or decorative. At first, the work flowed naturally. The legs took shape, the seat felt balanced, but as soon as he stepped back, doubt crept in. He told himself the chair was uneven, and he pulled it apart. He told himself the backrest was wrong, and he reshaped it. Each time he tried again, his thoughts grew heavier, and his movements grew slower. The chair remained unfinished as days passed. It stood in the center of the workshop, surrounded by silence and scattered shavings. The young man would sit nearby, staring at it, replaying every mistake he feared making. His shoulders tightened, his breath grew shallow. The more he thought, the less he moved. Outside, life continued gently. People walked the paths, wind passed through tall grass, but inside the workshop, time felt trapped. One evening, after a long and tiring day, the young man stopped trying to fix the chair. He sat quietly and rested his hands on the wood. He felt the grain beneath his fingers, familiar and warm. He took a slow breath, then another. For the first time in many days, he did not argue with his thoughts. He let them come and he let them go. He stood and picked up his tools again, but this time without rushing. He did not plan every step. He simply worked, listening to the wood, adjusting gently when needed. His hands remembered what his mind had forgotten. As the light faded, the chair slowly came together, not perfect, not flawless, but complete. When he stepped back, it stood firm on the ground. It did not wobble. It did not ask to be remade. The young man felt something ease inside his chest. He understood then that the chair had never needed more thinking. It had needed his presence. The next day, he delivered the chair. The neighbor accepted it with a quiet smile, seeing strength where the young man once saw flaws. No long judgment followed. The chair simply became part of a home. From that day forward, the young man worked differently. He still cared deeply, but he no longer chased every thought. When doubt appeared, he returned to his breath. When worry spoke, he focused on the movement of his hands. His workshop grew calmer, his work grew steadier, and within him a quiet space began to form. He learned that the mind does not need to be filled to create something strong. Sometimes the greatest work begins when the mind is empty. What thought do you need to let go of today? Drop it in the comments. Thank you.